the man behind the moons. I received an owl mail from a Mr. Pierce Pemberton who is frustrated that I've been taking the moons from the demiguise statues. I should pay this man a visit in Hogsmeade.
Revelio. Aloha Mora.
Those statues took time and effort.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're causing Mr. Moon terrible distress.
Ha! Good. That was the idea.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl on your stationery.
Ah, well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
He is a bit much for a caretaker, but he means well, and he's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly, until you started clearing them out.
The statues are a form of bullying. You're no better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Wars are brewing, and Hogsmeade's the cauldron.
Revelio.
You'll see 'em right. You'll all see.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
You'd think knowing spells would simplify things.
Revelio. Accio. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Revelio.
Can you imagine working at the ministry, day in, day out, trapped behind a desk?
Revelio. Revelio.
moment of your silence and attention shall soon.
Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was a classmate of yours that you bullied, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
I don't think he likes being called that.
Of course he does. Oh, he had such flowing locks, and we used to laugh about them. I laughed the hardest of all. Clever, clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
In the shadow of the bloodline, Sebastian and Ominous were seen arguing in the Great Hall. I should find out what this is about.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this, better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus curse. Also known as the torture curse. Inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently. His parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
didn't mean...
Circular paintings. Circular paintings to round out your collection. Wizard mannequins. A variety of wizard mannequins that showcase different robe styles. Billowig Hive, a hive built to host a buzzing band of billowigs. Best handled with care.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it, and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
Sure, I care what I did in the past. Shouldn't I perhaps be writing down what I hope to do in the future?
Can I help you?
I believe you can. I'm Sophronia, by the way, and I need help from someone who's at least a 5th year. Are you familiar with Herodiana Byrne? Don't answer that. Of course you're not. No one seems to know of her but me. She's only the single greatest Depulso master of all time, even taught at Hogwarts, briefly.
How interesting. I'm amazed I've never heard of her.
It's a travesty she's not more well known. I often read about great witches in my limited free time. There are many. Whilst reading about her, I learned that she built a secret Depulso training room here at Hogwarts. But in typical clever Herodiana fashion, one cannot access it unless one knows Depulso, which of course, 3rd years aren't taught.
And you're a 3rd year, so...
Quick one, aren't you? According to what I've read, her signature outfit may still be there. I would love to see it. Would you get Herodiana's signature outfit and show it to me?
How did Herodiana Byrne become famous by casting Depulso?
She once saved orphans from a wild Grafhorn by banishing it over Stonehenge. That's on Salisbury Plain. She once banished a meddlesome dark wizard all the way to Durmstrang while she was in the Alps. That one may have been exaggerated, but lots of the stories about her certainly aren't.
What ended up happening to Herodiana Byrne?
In her later years, she taught at Hogwarts, but only for a short while, just long enough to build a secret hall, it appears. Then one day, she just disappeared. Some say she actually banished herself. No one knows for sure.
If you tell me where to go, I'll see what I can do about it.
Simply go to the Hall of Herodiana. It's at the base of the Defense Against the Dark Arts Tower. There, you'll find a series of Depulso puzzles concealing pieces of Herodiana's ensemble.
Very well. I shall let you know if I find anything.
I can't wait to see Herodiana's famous ensemble. Perhaps I'll make myself a copy.
I adore decorating.
Suppose I should look for that secret hall Sophronia told me about. It does sound interesting.
Historically speaking, there's never been butterbeer.
I wish I'd paid more attention.
If it thinks it's got half a chance.
Hello there. Come in, look around, and if you've been eating chocolate frogs, please refrain from touching. Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time. I suspect you have a sharp eye for fashion. Be sure to stop by whenever you're about.
And I dare anyone to...
the High Keep. Natty is waiting for me near a castle ruin.
Away from today's young.
Aloha Mora.
See if there's something you need. Thank you for your patronage. I shall hope to do business with you again. It's been a pleasure.
Revelio.
Squib Cottage. This idyllic country cottage belongs to an elderly squib who chose to live in the wizarding world rather than try to integrate with muggles, like some squibs do. He is content to farm his land non-magically and supply local hamlets with fresh fruits and vegetables, although he will accept the occasional engorgement charm on a gourd or two.
Revelio. This looks intriguing. Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Over here, quietly. I'm glad that you received my owl. We need to stay low and remain quiet.
Natty, what's going on? Why are we all the way out here?
As promised, I did some investigating to find out what Harlow is up to. I followed him to the Hog's Head. I noticed him reading a letter. All I could see was that it was signed by and bore the seal of Victor Rookwood. And after you told me that Rookwood and Harlow were after you, I decided that you were the perfect person to join me in taking them down, for good. That letter is the tangible proof that Officer Singer needs. It is why I followed Harlow here, and why I wrote to you. I need your help to retrieve it.
Can't we just bypass Officer Singer and go directly to the Ministry?
Do you think they will listen to a student? Only Officer Singer can start an investigation. The Ministry will come in later.
You seem to be very determined in stopping Rookwood and Harlow. Why?
I knew men like him in Uganda. I know how bad things can get if they are not stopped. It's a long story, one I promise to share when we have more time. For now, let's do what we came to do.
I'll help you find the letter, Natty.
I'm glad to hear it. First, we must access the castle keep. I'll check the main gate, see if you can find another way in. I do not see any guards, but we should still try to be as quiet as possible. Harlow is here after all.
I wonder what that does. That did it. Arresto momentum. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. I need to find a way into the gatehouse to open the gate for Natty. Dead end. Must be another way in. Accio! That looks as if it might raise the gate.
I can't believe. I have to write this down, but you moon mines don't listen. Push the gate open. Don't blast it. If I find it blown to pieces again, I swear it'll be the end of you lot.
Arresto momentum. Accio. Accio.
done. I will be right up. I knew you could do it. This way. I will get the door. That is the main keep. My guess is that we'll find Hallow and the letter inside. We'll need to be careful once we get...
I hear them.
Yeah, we're straight in the face.
Highwing.
Do you know that hippogriff?
Get this thing back to
Very well. New plan. I get the evidence and you free that hippogriff. Agreed? This is our chance. Go!
Blasted! There's gotta be another way to get up to the roof. Somewhere. Revelio.
Gate duty. No one enters unless they are with the pack or the Ashwinders. Anything you get from unwelcome guests gets split. Do not leave until you have been relieved by your replacement.
Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Revelio. I hope Natty stays out of trouble. Accio. Devolso. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Not the safest place to sneak into. Revelio.
Running home. Shall we finish what we started?
Stupefy. Revelio.
Rookwood's don't go.
Stupefy.
Let it display. Incendio!
Tango!
Confringo.
Nice try!
Revelio. Alohomora. Revelio. I hope Natty's having an easier time of it. Alohomora. Revelio.
You're going home in a wooden box! Leviosa! How's the view? Leviosa!
Confringo. Expelliarmus.
No!
Glacius. Defender.
Leviosa! Would you like me to put you down?
Expelliarmus. Confringo. Alohomora. Revelio.